What is going on, you guys? Jess here from Original Ink by Jess, and in today's video we are doing a budget workbook makeover. Yes, we are. So the reason why I'm doing this is because my workbook's out of date. So in the last couple of weeks I've been revamping how I like to budget. So if you guys don't know, or if you already know, I am a card spender, and I spend all my money and pay all my bills with my credit cards. And that's how I like to do it. I was a cash spender at the beginning, but I decided to switch over to cards. I do have a video at my channel if you want to see that, and I go into more detail as to why I switched over to card instead of cash. But the main focus today is all about redoing my budget workbook so it can be more efficient and so I can maximize my abilities to budget. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, stick around and we're gonna get started. All right, so this is the front cover of my workbook. I have a Happy Planner that I converted in with the Budget Mom workbook. So that's the workbook that I'm using now, and I think I'm going to continue to use it until the end of the year. I really like the Happy Planners because I am left-handed, so which means binders or spiral bound notebooks are very difficult for me because my hand rubs against the spirals and then it makes my handwriting all wonky. Don't like that. So with this, I'm able to take out the sheets and put in the sheets just like a binder does, but this is just a lot more cuter. So that's the cover. My favorite color is purple, so it has hints of purple, and that's why I really like it. Right here is where I keep any of my receipts or notes and stuff like that. And then this is the cover that it came with. It gives the overview for 2020 and then 2021, which is nice. I don't use this. As you guys can see, it's all blank. Then these tabs, I actually got it separate in a different kit from Happy Planner. So this was like the budgeting kit. So it came with a couple of tabs that I put in there and I labeled. And right here, this is my new budgeting category sheet that I did, I think just yesterday. So that's what it looks like now. And then I still have the old one in here because I'm not done quite yet. I kind of want to glam this one up a little bit more before I get rid of this one. And then this is kind of out of date. This is my to-do list for the beginning of the month and end of the month, and then also on my paydays. It's kind of still the same, but not really. So I may be updating this, maybe not. We'll see. Then we have also in this section, I have my bank account information, and then also like passwords and stuff, but I took that out because y'all don't need to be knowing all my business. So in this next one we have trackers, and so right here I put all of my bills so I can track them off, which is very nice. This is the sinking funds tracker by the Budget Mom. This is old, so I might be taking this out as well. I definitely have a different goal for my sinking funds. Not all of them are going to be a priority, so this is out of date. This, I'll keep this in because the amounts are kind of what I want them to be. As you can see, I haven't started that yet, but we'll see if I want to continue with this or not. Right here is just where I like to keep track of how much money I made per paycheck. As you can see, I stopped doing that, so I might be taking this out as well. Right here is all the birthdays and stuff like that, so I can keep track of when everybody's birthday is. Then we have this next tab that has notes, and this was when I was with my financial advisor, kind of boring stuff. This is out of date. It had all of what my accounts were called. It's a lot of those are not what they're called anymore, so I will take that out as well. This is just notes from watching other YouTube videos. My favorite YouTube videos to watch and who inspired me to start budgeting is definitely the Budget Mom. She's amazing. She's really helped me really look differently at money, and it's also inspired some of my family members to get better with their finances as well, on their terms though. That's what I really like about the Budget Mom. She's not like, oh, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. It's basically, it's your money, so do what it as you please. And that's what I really like about it. But then she also gives you tools that you can apply to your budget so it works for you. So that's really cool. Then so far on this is basically all the tabs per month. And as you can see, when I first started, it's really boring. And then this is how I used to budget. These were worksheets from Happy Planner that I got with the set for the tabs, which worked pretty well at first. But then I think starting in was it March? Nope. And then starting in March, this is when I did my own. I don't know how I was able to budget, because looking at this Dow, I don't even know what any of this means, but I guess Jessica back then knew exactly what to do. But definitely now I'm a lot more organized. I'm trying to see. Okay, so it was in May. So in May is when I purchased the digital version, so I was able to print it out and just put it in my Happy Planner. And so as you can see, I started to get a lot more organized and everything could make sense and things like that. And so June I was getting a little bit better, and then July honing stuff down, and now that I'm in August, I'm really fine-tuning what I really want out of my budgets and my goals for budgeting and things like that, so which is really nice. I am doing a 5K in 9 months. If you don't know, my boyfriend and I, we really want to move, whether it's buy a house or move to a nicer apartment. So my goal is to do 5K, so maybe we can do that, but we'll see what goes on. I do have to update this because my challenge did start in August. So that's basically it. This calendar is almost done. All I have is September, October, November, and December. And then I can go to the store and get a new one if I want to. But as of right now, what I kind of want to do is change these rings. I have rings that are bigger because, as you can tell, it's getting pretty full. So I'm going to be changing out these rings. I already had these rings. I will be keeping the cover, and then obviously taking out the sheets that need to be updated and maybe adding new sheets. So that's what we're going to do. I wanted to show you guys what this looks like before, and then we'll do it in after, so you kind of see a little difference. It's not going to be a ginormous difference, but it's going to be different enough for me to actually feel like, okay, everything is cohesive, everything is matching, so then I can have a more happier time budgeting out and making sure I can meet my goals, which that's the whole point of budgeting, is creating the life you want on a budget that you can afford. So I'm gonna clear this off and then set you guys all up so we can revamp this workbook together. guys, all done. So I changed the rings to these colorful rainbow ones. I kept the same cover like I said I was going to. I added 2 pockets now for extra storage. And then for my guides, I have the budget category new sheet that I have. I still have the old one in here because it's attached to this to-do list. I decided to just keep it because it's basically the same thing of what I do after looking at it a little bit more. So we'll just keep that. For my trackers, everything stayed the same except for taking out the old ones. So that's fine. And then notes all stayed the same. Just transferred all of the months. Gonna skip through this real fast to get to the current month, which is August. So we have August. The layout is still the same. So then I have on top of here first is the 5K in 9 months. The reason why I have it on top is to remind myself like this is a major goal that I have, and when I see it in front of me constantly, it'll remind me and keep me motivated to keep on going, and then to also keep track and make sure I'm actually doing it. So that's why I have it first. Then I created this. I used my Cricut machine and I just wrote "Be you, stay true," because that is my motto. It reminds me to be myself and stay true to myself every day. And then this is just what is it called, scrapbook paper, and then I put it in a protective sheet and I laminated it to make it a divider basically, so I can divide up my paycheck 1 and then paycheck 2. So I have that here, and then I also have this cute, I guess these are lemon slices that are just pink, divider, so when I am at the top of the page I'm able to just find it because it does stick out at the top, so I can go right in and do my expenses. And then I created another just blank one to divide up between paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. So it's like that, and then that's basically it. So very simple. I like to keep things simple. In the past it was very complicated, as you could see in like September of last year, how complicated all that stuff was. So now I'm really just trying to simplify everything because it just works out better for me that way, and it keeps me motivated to keep on budgeting, and it doesn't stress me out. It's not doing too much, which that's how I like to budget. I would say I do recommend either having a notebook or having a planner like this or a workbook or whatever to track your budgeting, because it's going to keep it all in one spot. It's going to help you stay on track. You're not going to lose things and things like that, and you know when you pull it out it's time to budget. And also it's just a lot more fun when you have a cute little notebook you could keep all of their expenses in. It's a lot more fun, and that's what I found is to keep me motivated, using stickers, using highlighters, all this stuff. I've gotten tips from the budget mom because that's what she likes to do, and then I just took bits and pieces of what she does and apply it to myself for my personality, my lifestyle, and how I like to do things, and it's worked out for me really well. And then the last thing I would say is don't get so fixated on one way of doing things. If I were to document my budgeting journey back 3 years ago, I'm a completely different budgeter than I am now. And that's because I was willing to change and try new things. And that's all what budgeting is just basically helping you manage your money better, basically. So that's all budgeting is. And I found that when I became a little bit more flexible and not taking everything all these other budgeting gurus like to do, I found a lot more success in my own budgeting journey, which has really changed the game for me. I've been able to save a lot more, spend my money more wisely, and just different things like that. So that's my advice to you. And I guess that's basically it. It's not a huge change, but it's a big change for me because it's gonna help me stay more organized. Thank you guys all for watching this makeover. Always remember, be you, stay true, be original ink. Bye guys.